Hi everyone and welcome back to Rachel's Enchanting Cakes. For today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to get this beautiful sequin effect on your even sized cakes with ease using this mould that you can see just to the right hand side. These are designed to fit all even sized cakes, so your 4-inch, your 6-inch, 8-inch, etc. The pattern will go on there from where it starts to exactly where it finishes with ease. I'm also going to show you how to get this lovely gold effect directly on your cakes. I do not use an airbrushing kit. You can if you have one. However, I have aimed this directly at a beginner baker. Let's make a start everyone, and I really do hope I help you again today. For the purpose of this content, I am using a cake dummy. This is 10 centimeters deep and 6 inches round. You need an even sized cake, and if you want it to work flawlessly with the sim press, it also needs to be 10 centimeters deep. If I was working with real cake, I would be doing exactly what I'm doing here. So first of all, we need to cover the top. So you want to roll out some fondant that is roughly 6 inches wide, and just make sure it's not too thick. We only want it to be very, very thin, just like you can see here. You would then place it directly on top of your crumb coated chilled cake. Take a smoother, smooth this out, and then very, very carefully cut off the excess fondant around the sides. There is no need to cover the sides of the cake because we are going to be using the sim press mould in order to do this. Today I'm using the Sequin Jubilee Sim Press mould by Marvelous Molds. You can see the packaging here on the right hand side of the screen, and this is a more detailed look of what the actual mould looks like. Just look at all that stunning detail in there. One thing you do want to do when covering this cake, a little tip: if you are wanting a metallic finish, it's best to start off with a dark colour. Hence me using a brown fondant. First we need to roll out our fondant. Now the sim press is roughly 5mm deep, so it can make things an awful lot easier if you roll this in between 5mm spaces. You want it so it looks like the thickness here on the footage. Take your sim press mould and place this directly on top of the fondant that you've just rolled out, and just gently push it in. This will leave some indentations. You now want to cut away this excess fondant. This will create a panel roughly the correct size for your sim press, and it will make it so much more easy to work with. Sprinkle some icing sugar directly into your sim press mould and then just tip it out just to get rid of any excess. Now add the panel of fondant directly to the mould and take your time pushing this in. You want it to pick up on all the detail. Using a high quality fondant can make this very, very, very easy. Some of the sticky fondants you might want to add a small amount of Tylo powder to turn it into a modelling paste. Once you have pushed it all in really well, simply go over it with your rolling pin on one side. Then I like to flip mine over and do the other side. Tip: once you have done this, place it in the fridge. By allowing the fondant to go lovely and hard, you will be able to get this away from the mould with ease without it distorting or losing its shape in any way. It will be very easy to handle when placing directly onto your crumb coated cake. This has been in the fridge for about 20 minutes, and just look at that. It comes away with ease. Now the fondant will not dry in the fridge. It will just go firm. It will start to get condensation on it, so you do need to apply it to the cake as soon as you've taken it out of the fridge. But just look at all of that lovely stunning detail, and we haven't distorted it by accident in any way, shape or form. So now you want to apply it directly to your cake. Now it's always harder to apply fondant to a cake dummy because I only have water as a glue. You're going to have a lovely crumb coat with buttercream, so it's going to be an awful lot easier when you're working on a real cake. But just look how simple it is, and because that fondant's still firm, you can see it's not dried, so it's not cracking. I'm able to apply it directly to the cake, but I can still push on without damaging those sequins. We're now going to do the next panel. You need to do one panel at a time, and I'm going to speed all of this up so that you can see how the pattern meets from where it starts to where it finishes. So here I am applying the other two panels from the Simpress. I want you to pay close attention to the seam because you can barely tell that they are meeting. Just a little tip when you're working on a cake, add some water to the previous piece of fondant, just a small amount, and then that will help allow this second piece of fondant just to stick to it. But just look at how flawless this seam is. Now for the final piece, again, your cake needs to be even, but it will meet from where it starts to where it finishes. You want your fondant to be firm, so make sure it's been in the fridge, and this is the final side of the actual cake. How simple, quick and easy was that? Time to make those sequins gold. You will need a 100% edible luster dust. Now, depending on where you are around the globe, it will depend on the brand you can use. You can choose to use cooled down boiled water, but just be warned, it will take a very long time to dry. Or in my case, I'm going to be mixing a small amount of the luster dust with some alcohol off camera. A small amount goes an awful long way. Because I'm doing this for a beginner baker, I am not using my airbrushing kit, and I'm going to be using one of these large sweet stamp brushes, just to show you that this effect can still be achieved. All you do now is literally paint on your alcohol and luster dust mixture. Remember, if you're using water, it will take longer to dry. It can be best to allow the fondant to set overnight, so you're actually painting onto something that's nice and dry. You will want to add more than one layer if you're doing this by hand. However, if you do have an airbrushing kit, you will get a much more even finish. You may not need to use as much paint, and you might be able to do it all in one go. I simply cover all of the sides and the top. It really is as simple and as easy as that to make this beautiful gold sequin styled cake. And trust me when I say this camcorder footage does not do the cake justice. It is so sparkly. I really do hope I've helped you all again today, everyone. Thank you all for your amazing support, and I'll be back soon with an awful lot more new, completely free content.